Pro Wrestling Summit, you already know what it is. Happy Sunday morning, wrestling fans. Knowledge is in the building. Knowledge, what's up, brother?
What's going on, Tatum?
Man, AEW up. Lots to fucking talk about. If you haven't listened to the WWE Weekly, we did that yesterday. Also, just to get this out of the way, if you have not already, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, follow. Give us a follow on Instagram at Pro Wrestling Summit. Also on Twitter at PW Summit, because Twitter's, kind of weird and they don't let you have long usernames. But anyway, it's all good.
Thanks a lot, Elon.
Yeah, knowledge, we're in the building.
Yeah, I mean, we're ready to go with what seems to be the more exciting brand right now.
Well, fucking A, dude. It's fucking pretty exciting, dude. I gotta say. I might not be a fan of, all the matches and, some of the fucking finishes that they do still, but, that, of course, is, that's par for the fucking course, though. How can you like everything on a wrestling show?
Yeah, you'd say that's clearly not possible. Not everything's for every single person, which is fine, but the second that you inject Jay White into your programming, it automatically gets better.
Yeah.
Automatically.
Yeah.
It's a huge step up.
Yep.
You have new people coming in all the time, storylines that even though they don't make sense, they are moving and they're not stagnant.
Yep.
I
like this Blackpool Combat Club fucking elite thing.
Yeah, with the masks and they're holding the trios championships and Before I get hit, I was kidding.
I'm not going to hit you. I'm not going to hit you.
House of Blackpool Combat Club. I'm bringing it back. Now, the Blackpool Combat Club, if we're going to actually talk about them, and the Elite, probably the best thing for the Elite to do right now.
They need a blood feud.
Well, it's going to be good for them to establish themselves as faces because they've, been kind of this tweener group, heelish group.
Right.
But definitely establish yourself faces because when CMFTR starts up and is ready at Wembley Stadium, you need to have CM Punk be the heel.
Bro, what a fucking turn of events. What a turn of events.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
You never say never in the wrestling business.
I saw the news yesterday on Thursday, and I was like, oh man, this is going to be so much fun to talk about. Because no one really knows. No one has any idea. Listen, I think that everybody, I think, assumed that he was going to go back there eventually. Listen, in wrestling business, you never say never. You just can't. You just cannot. People have shown up in promotions that I never thought I would fucking see the day. Dusty Rhodes showing up in ECW. I was fucking appalled. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Brian Pillman showing up in ECW. I'm gonna piss in the middle of this ring. Like, good shit. And then...
Even more present day, Sting showing up in WWE. Never would have thought that would have happened.
Yeah.
The only standout, the only hold off from the WCW era.
Yeah, well, that they wanted.
That they wanted, right, to actually show up in WWE. I mean, that was huge at the time, and then, Seth heard him.
And now he's jumping off the highest shit that he can find.
What the hell's happening?
Well, I'll tell you what, dude, Dynamite on Wednesday, Sting came out and actually did a fucking pretty good promo with fucking MJF. It wasn't bad. I like the Joker Sting. It's kind of like a little reference to some TNA stuff. I like how Sting just comes out and just name drops. He just doesn't not give a fuck where you work. He's like Ric Flair, fucking Ricky Steamboat, fucking Cody Rhodes, the Cody Daycare. I was like, oh damn, bro. Ooh, I said the name that I shouldn't have said. I was like, yo, okay, bro. Like, yeah. I get it. I get what he's doing. The situation with Darby, though, I think is really unfortunate because the more that I watch Darby, the more I get it. The more I understand it. I get it more and more and more. And his relationship with Sting, I don't understand at all. It doesn't make a lick of sense to me.
Real quick with Sting's promo, thought it was great except for the pom pom stuff. You could have just, maybe one pom pom, but when you're like trying to search for more and more out of your jacket,
why not drop him from the ceiling on top of him?
Yeah, it would have been cool.
He's the Joker, right? He's the Joker. Drop him from the ceiling,
and like his whole thing is come from the ceiling and stuff. So it would have made sense. But
I mean, not saying that I know how to book wrestling, but I mean that would have been pretty entertaining.
Yeah, but regardless, that's neither here nor there.
60 G's, baby.
Clearly. Darby Allin and Sting's relationship is based off of their face paint vendor. They both get from the same guy. That's how they met. And they were like, hey, you wear face paint? I do too. So, like, let's hang out together.
Yeah.
And you're young and I'm old. So that we got, like, that whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is he just going to be Darby's mouthpiece forever and then occasionally jump off of a high thing? I don't...
Well, honestly, dude, I mean, it feels like Darby can speak for himself.
Yeah, and I think at that point, though, like, they didn't want Darby to speak for himself because he probably had a little bit of athlete's foot on the mouth.
Oh, come on, man.
Why are you as a face taking off somebody's shoe and just chomping down on it? What is happening?
Because he's crazy.
Yeah, all right.
That's unhygienic. I mean,
that's just gross.
It's really unhygienic.
Quentin Tarantino, like, just full mast for that one. He was...
No. You know who was full mast for that? Dan Snyder. From fucking Nickelodeon.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking dirty bastard. Anyway, not trying to bury that guy head of the class.
Talk about your foot fetishes in the comments,
Disgusting. Please don't. Please. I'll fucking throw up. I'll fucking throw up. Danny will read them to me. I'll fucking throw up. I can't read. That's my problem. I don't read so good. Anyway, no, man. I mean... There is a lot to be said for a guy who was willing to fucking put another wrestler's foot in his mouth during the match. Because that foot was sweaty.
Yeah.
It had probably a funk to it.
Those boots just seal in the flavor. It's just not great. I don't get it. I know you are getting it with Darby. I don't get it. With Darby, you're too small to be doing the stuff that you're doing and doing it at a prolonged pace. So he's gonna come out blazing like he is, and he's gonna fizzle out because he's just gonna keep getting hurt. And you've seen you have cautionary tales all over the place in AEW with that. With the amount of people they brought in, people that.
Everyone has gotten hurt at some point because it's the style that they wrestle. It's breakneck speed. It's breakneck moves. Crazy spots, like crazy shit. I mean, dude, that Poison Rana off the apron to the floor, dude, was fucking mental. Like, I was like, Darby, what the fuck are you doing? Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, cool ass spot, but it's like, Jesus, bro. Like, and I get it. He's young, no regard for his body. Like, just does not give a fuck. Understands that he is always going to be the small underdog. But honestly, he's got real deal skills. Like, he could be a great high-flying wrestler, undersized wrestler. Mm-hmm. He could be the next Rey Mysterio. No bullshit. No bullshit about it. Darby is that fucking talented to be that guy. Yeah. But he doesn't want to work that fucking style. He wants to do the craziest bumps that he could possibly imagine in his head. Like, not even bumps that are possible. He's just like, thought of this shit one day while he was like skateboarding. Like, oh yeah, dude, I think that I could do a Poison Rana off the apron and take the bump on the floor. And like, how do you present that to the other guy? Like, I'm gonna give you a fucking Poison Rana off the apron of the floor. Like, does the guy go, oh, okay?
If you are that guy, how do you not go, nope, not doing that. I'm not taking that bump.
Well, you want to know why? Because it's about viral ability.
Yeah, but it's there's so much that can go wrong. If you're a fan of Darby Allin's,
You don't want to see him do that shit.
Right, or any of these wrestlers that do this stuff. You don't want to see them do this stuff all the time.
Yeah.
You want to break it out for a special match, sure, but when you're doing it all the time, you're not going to be seeing your favorite wrestlers that much because they're going to get hurt.
Yeah, I mean, Darby being as small as he is, and like, listen, I understand he's into pain or whatever. It's like it's his thing, and like, okay, fair enough, but eventually you're going to take a fucking really bad bump. And I sent you a video of him taking a bad bump, that Chris Dickinson bump, when he fucking gave him the back body drop out of the ring, and he fucking hit the guardrail with his fucking legs and smashed his head on the floor. And I was like, oh my God, bro.
That right there could have ended his career.
It could have killed him, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck ending his career. Yeah. That could have ended his life. Yeah. And for what, dude?
That was a throwaway match, too.
And listen, dude, I get it. You want to be special. You want to be different. But sometimes it's just not feasible.
Maybe you need to stop listening to Sting, and you need to listen to somebody that just came back to the locker room about his career, and that's Jeff Hardy. And talk to Jeff about what your body feels like when you keep doing this shit for a prolonged period of time.
Well, you want to do hard drugs like he did. I mean,
yeah, but before we get on to Jeff, can we just talk about the whole storyline that he's coming back to?
Yeah.
And how little that made sense?
Okay.
So Matt says, oh, you didn't read the fine print of the contract. Mm-hmm. You see, if you lost to Hook, then Private Party and Matt Hardy were no longer under contract. And when we beat you in this match that we're going to have, then we're no longer going to be under contract. So are you no longer under contract, or are you going to be no longer under contract? It doesn't make any goddamn sense.
I think Matt Hardy was broken.
Well,
and he was like in between his characters. He was broken deletion.
Jesus.
And he delete. And he was like deleting things from his mind as he was talking, and then like realized that he shouldn't have deleted that, and he tried to backspace.
But the thing was already deleted.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
like
he just deleted
it was just bad.
Yeah, so that all happens. Jeff comes out, and people are super excited.
He got a really good pop, man. I gotta say, I wasn't expecting the pop to be as loud as it was. I thought he'd get a lukewarm reception at best.
I just shook my head the entire time. What a terrible decision for TK. What a terrible decision for AEW to allow Jeff Hardy to come back. Now,
I mean,
I'll let you.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So my whole thing, right? I'm all about second chances, right? And I know I'm going to seem kind of hypocritical here with like, the Usos and their DUIs and all that, and right. The difference is, right? Jeff Hardy has gone in and out of rehabs, in and out of drug treatments, and he relapses every time. And the whole point of recovery with drug addiction and all that stuff is you need to avoid triggers. Well, the wrestling business
is a giant trigger.
It's the main trigger for him. It brings the pain, which brings the pills, which brings the alcohol. You need to get away from that, and they're feeding into it. And you're just, this is more than just wrestling at this point. This is a quality of life thing. This is something that's going to kill him.
But let me ask you a real question, okay? Now, I get what you're saying about the second chances and, like, how you feel that it's okay that, he gets a second chance, but under the right circumstances, right? Do I think that it is wise for him to immediately come back to television? No, I do not. I don't think that it's right. I think that he's going to struggle with his recovery moving forward, and I think that it's a him problem. It's not a wrestling business problem. I think that it has to do with the wrestling business, but the real thing is he's chasing the performance high that he's never gonna get anywhere else. He's tried to do music, he's tried to do all these other things to replace the wrestling high, and he can't replace it, bro. There is nothing like that for him. There's nothing else like it. And no matter what drugs he's done or fucking booze he's drank or how fucked up he's gotten, that high will never leave him. And that is what... It's almost as bad if he was, like, doing soft. You know what I mean? Like, if he was consistently doing soft and he was like, okay, like, I'm gonna fucking pump this in my vein every single day, and, like, that's what I'm gonna do. Like, that's what he would do. He's an addict. But he's addicted to that high of the wrestling business. When else in his life would he ever be able to get a reaction like that?
No, it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't. And I understand that. The issue is it's not
dangerous for him.
It's dangerous for him, and when you have, TK and you have Matt Hardy, his family, coming out saying, "Oh, I'm so proud of you," and all this and all the work that you've done. You've seen him do this work before. You saw him do it in the WWE. You saw him do it in TNA. Sting is the best witness.
Oh my god! That was
what this
really,
stuff does to.
That was really dangerous,
Jeff.
man. He fucking shouldn't have done that shit.
So you've seen it time and time again, and as his family, I'm sorry. Like, people are going to criticize my comments, and they're going to say, you don't know his life, you don't know all the behind-the-scenes stuff, you just know what you hear. And you're absolutely right. But it's also a stated fact at this point that he constantly relapses whenever he gets back involved with wrestling. And as the family, I'm sorry, you're complicit in it now. When things go bad again, I don't want to hear it from Matt Hardy about how sad he is, how troubling of a time this is. You contributed to this. Instead of sitting down with your brother and having a real talk and saying, you know what, you can't do it anymore.
Or, bro, you're going to be with me and I'm going to keep you sober.
And I'm going to step away from the wrestling business.
Or, you're here for a little while, we're going to see how you do.
Do a little
come
program.
On the road. Nope, you just come on the road. Mm-hmm. I'm sure Matt's going to bust. Mm-hmm. I was watching the fucking All Access show on Wednesday after Dynamite, and they have Matt Hardy come over, and it says, Matt Hardy, wrestling legend. And I was like, what the fuck? Is Matt Hardy a wrestling legend? Is that what people consider a wrestling legend? I take
guess.
Nothing away from Matt Hardy.
Spike Dudley, wrestling legend. Brooklyn Brawler, wrestling legend.
Yeah, okay. Steve Lombardi is definitely a wrestling legend. No doubt about it, dude. Barry Horowitz, wrestling legend.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But, I think that I just look at their career, and I think that once shit started to go bad for the both of them, Matt had some issues too, where he wasn't you could tell cognitively he might have not been all there for a little bit of time. Mm-hmm. He was just struggling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that, that could be due to a million different things. Stress, concussions. He's definitely been through the ringer, dude.
Yeah.
He's taken some fucking violent chair shots from the Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian. They fucked
all those
him
TLC
up.
matches.
Oh my god, bro. That. And I think that part of that also is Jeff's issue as well. Mm-hmm. Is that he may have some predilection to the pain of being in pain, and the dealing with the pain is where he falls astray. And I'm not talking about the mental pain, I'm talking about the actual physical fucking pain that guy is in. Because there is zero doubt that he is in a tremendous amount of pain every single day. You can do all the DDP yoga you fucking want. That is not going to help what that guy has done to his body.
When your finishing move is literally throwing yourself off the top rope onto your back, there's just, you're going to be in pain. You set yourself up. Hulk Hogan's in pain from doing a leg drop. over and over and over and over again.
Hulk Hogan's also fucking 4 inches shorter than what he was.
Right.
Because from doing that leg drop, from the back surgeries and the hip surgeries.
So Jeff Swanton Bomb, that he's done off of the top rope, off of ladders, off
cages,
of the top,
yeah. I mean, name your object. He's done crazy shit off.
Like he's gonna be in a lot of pain, and
how do you deal with that pain? That is the question.
It's just there's other ways to deal with it. Wrestling doesn't help, and wrestling doesn't help with his drug issues. Wrestling doesn't help drug issues, alcohol issues, whatever it is. Drug doesn't help with his mental health. Wrestling doesn't help with his mental health. It's just a bad move to allow him to come back. And I'll stand by that. I really hope he doesn't relapse again. I really hope that he stays sober and you know what, maybe this is a turn for him. But this isn't a second chance. This is a third, fourth, fifth chance. This is a repeat thing. And again, I'm gonna put it on the family. You're complicit if you allow this to happen.
Well, to
me, it's not an if but when.
Yeah. I think the main issue is the, I don't even know if it's necessarily the drinking. Like, it's the being irresponsible.
Yeah.
Which is the issue. Like, I don't think that it's necessarily like him not being able to have a drink. I just think that him having multiple cocktails and then getting behind the wheel while probably ingesting pills or whatever else he's doing is not the fucking brightest idea. And that comes down to, better. You know that your license is suspended. You know you're not supposed to be driving. And you're driving cocked. You can't be driving drunk.
Why are you driving?
That's what I'm saying, bro. You can't. There's Uber. There's fucking hire a driver. You don't have enough money?
Again, your brother has a bus. What are we You're going to the same place.
Yeah.
Get on the bus.
Get on the bus, Jeffrey.
I just don't.
Man.
Listen. I think everybody at some point in their life has done it. Has done the whole getting behind the wheel when you're not in the best shape.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a proud moment of mine to have done that. But I don't think that I would just keep doing it over and over again and tempting fate.
Well, it's a real dangerous game because it's a real slippery slope. Because if you do it,
it's a real twist of fate. I'm sorry.
If you do it once, it's really easy for you to just say, I did it once. What? I'm sure I can make it.
Yeah.
And then that one time, hey, I do have to say something for him, though. Like, he knew he was about to get fucked.
Mm-hmm.
And he still pulled over. Like, he could have fucking been like, bop. He could have been listening to Bon Jovi. I'm going down to a blaze of glory.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's Jeff Hardy's, favorite listening music, but, that's a quality song. I'm just saying.
Pretty sure you don't listen to his music.
Wow. That's unfortunate. Sorry, Jeff. Not a fan, bro.
No.
Not a fan.
No.
I think that there's a lot to say with Jeff's return, with CM Punk, with Jay White. There are a lot. Adam Cole returning recently. Keith Lee has returned recently.
And it seems like Adam Cole is going to, kind of manage Keith Lee.
Or is he going to work with Keith Lee? Or is he going to super kick Keith Lee in the face?
Can he reach that at that point? I don't know. Well, I guess Keith Lee can kind of get down for him a little bit.
Yeah. Keith Lee's a fucking big dude, man.
He's
a fucking big dude, man.
And he doesn't really need a mouthpiece, so I don't understand why they would have Adam Cole manage him. Doesn't really make sense.
It's probably going to end up being a tag match. Danny Garcia and fucking Chris Jericho against fucking Keith Lee and Adam Cole.
But you know how it goes with the IWC. The second they see people together, they're like, "Oh, this would be a great thing to have." Adam Cole and Keith Lee together like they were supposed to be in NXT and all that.
Well, bro, where are the rest of the fucking guys that came over with Adam Cole? Where is the fucking rest of the Undisputed Era? Roderick Strong's nowhere to be seen on WWE. So, like, essentially, you would think that he's done. Yeah. And I mean, and I don't think anyone would really notice if he, like, wasn't there anymore. You know, I'm not saying nothing about the guy's fucking talent. He's fucking hella talented, but I just don't think that he's, like, fucking, you know, he's not, like, priority number one in WWE's mind. And then, you know, Bobby Fish is in Impact, but AEW has a working relationship with them. And, like, I think Kyle O'Reilly's still hurt.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, Adam Cole needs to be surrounded with people, dude. Like, he's undersized already, and then having the injury on top of it, it just puts you in a... It puts like you need people around you that are going to be able to take the heat for you a little bit. You know what I mean? And he doesn't really have that right now. So I wonder if like Keith Lee is going to be that guy that takes the heat for him. I mean, clearly he came back and lost a match to Chris Jericho. I mean, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong losing to Chris Jericho. But, you know, I mean, if you're trying to get reestablished...
Yeah, if you're trying to build yourself, there's something wrong with losing to Chris Jericho.
Well, I mean,
just being the size that you are.
It's the same thing with Swerve and Darby Allin. Like Swerve basically jobbed out to fucking Darby Allin. For what reason?
Well, so that he can job out to Wardlow later on.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're thinking about Powerhouse Hobbs.
Oh, God, I did it again.
Bro,
I did it again.
What is the matter with you? Swerve Strickland.
Powerhouse Hobbs.
Hobbs.
Yeah.
Not Swerve Hobbs.
It's the foot thing, man. It's the foot thing. It's throwing me off.
It's the foot fetish thing.
It's the foot thing.
Oh, my God.
It's like how embarrassing that was for Powerhouse Hobbs. Then it wasn't Powerhouse Hobbs. Man.
Yeah, Powerhouse Hobbs had a 3-move match. He came in,
that's right.
Hit the fucking clothesline, hit a fucking spine buster, a burning hammer. See you later, Silas Young.
Which Powerhouse Hobbs does not need to be having a jobber match right now.
No, he should probably have like a more credible match, like with a guy who's gonna work with him a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's just me.
And not Wardlow.
That doesn't make any fucking sense at all.
Just do that match again. Just rehash it.
Well, they're rehashing Keith Lee, Swerve Strickland.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
that's where I'm connecting the wrong people here. Yeah, Swerve Strickland, Keith Lee.
You know, man,
I'm back on target.
If you're gonna come here,
I'm back on target
and not fucking pay attention to what's going on, I'm fucking stupid, and you're supposed to be your knowledge.
House of Blackpool Combat Club. We got it now. It's all set. Swerve Strickland House. It's good. It's good.
Swerve Strickland House. I'm fucking dead.
Hey, I did want to point out something that what's your name? Danny. Oh, Jesus Christ. Something that Danny just pointed out to me here. Fightful is and so take it for a grain of salt because it's Fightful. But Fightful is saying that there are tentative plans for CM Punk to return to AEW in June.
Oh, yeah.
June, they're saying. Mm-hmm. That's pretty damn close. So,
I mean, do you think that he's going to be able to work out his problems? I mean, we got like 2 minutes left. Danny's giving me the 2-minute warning here, so.
Problems as in the issues that he has with the
Elite. Do you think that he's going to be able to work with these guys or no?
I think he wants to work. So, yeah, I think he will.
Do you think he's out of money?
No, I don't think he's out of money. I just think that he
actually loves wrestling.
Yeah.
And, like, he just wants to be back in the business. He misses the business.
He got a taste for it again and, wants to be back into it. Realized that he screwed himself over by not keeping his mouth shut.
I mean, dude, think about how many fucking wrestlers retired and then fucking went back and retired and went back or left and was like, I'm probably never going to wrestle again. And then 3 weeks later, you, like, see him on a card and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yep.
I mean, it's pretty fucking wild, bro. I mean, again,
I think it'll sell tickets.
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. Especially if Drew McIntyre is headlining that fucking show.
Ooh, that'd be big money. Big money. Wembley Stadium, Drew McIntyre. Yeah. That'll put some asses in seats. That sounds sarcastic that I'm saying that. It's not. Dead serious.
No, dude, Drew McIntyre would be the biggest star in that company.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Immediately, the second he walks through the door.
As soon as he walks through the door, bro.
The biggest guy there, the most credible guy there.
And he's a fucking incredible worker. Like, he's not
amazing athlete. Should not be able to do the stuff that he does.
Oh my god, dude, crazy. Anyway, this has been Pro Wrestling Summit. This has been fucking AEW. Make sure that you tune in later on for more shit. See ya. Bye-bye. Danny, hurry the fuck up. Let's go. Push this.